Hello and welcome to the channel. I have once again returned with yet more content. This time from a fantastic event known as Sanctioned UK, who had their first ever meet or show in the city of Exeter, southwest England. Following on from this event, I decided that I would give my thoughts on the event, how I enjoyed it, various other things, since I am in fact qualified in almost no way at all to review this. I'm just a random bloke on the internet who has an opinion, like most people. And that's realistically all that matters. So I decided I'm going to share it with you lot. Let's begin. Now, straight from the get-go, this event was well organised, with clear signs on where to park, and the staff were very helpful in explaining where we'd leave from the car park to go into the event. Speaking of which, all the staff were really friendly and all lovely. They all really wanted to be there, which clearly shows, in my opinion, how much care and attention had gone into this event, in both the planning and the execution. The event itself had an exceptional lineup of cars inside, with many supercars. Most of the major brands featured some sort of supercar, like usual suspects, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. However, tucked in a corner, but not really particularly hidden, was the Koenigsegg Regera, which was an exceptional treat to see in person, which I in fact have only ever seen once before, which was at Goodwood Festival of Speed. One thing I did notice, however, in this car lineup was a distinct lack of a certain Suzuki Swift. Now, if the sanctioned cars people are watching, my Suzuki could beat that Koenigsegg in a race, 100%. It is a machine of pure speed, and yes, I am willing to try and prove that, even if I do fail. In my head, I'll have won anyway. So yeah, take that what you will. Anyway, back on topic. One of the best things about the area around the Koenigsegg specifically is the fact that it was in fact cordoned off, as you can see in some of the footage that I'll be showing throughout this video. This meant that anyone who wanted a picture of the car, they'd have to join a queue, and they could get in after this queue, and they'd be able to get all the pictures they wanted without a massive crowd of people constantly surrounding the car. Meaning all the amateur photographers and people like that be able to get the perfect shot of the car, which you aren't going to see very often other than in events like this one, for example. And it was genuinely one of the stars of the show. That and, the Porsche GT3 that was next to it, which I didn't really get any footage of because I'm too lazy to wait in the queue. But it definitely stole the show from the many, many other cars that were within this event. There were cars for almost any enthusiast at the event, from supercars to classics to modified cars, such as Golfs, BMWs and things like that. The sheer variety of the event was immense, and throughout my time lapse that I will be showing shortly, it doesn't show the outside area due to the fact it was raining at the time. I didn't really want to get wet, so I stayed inside. But the time lapse shows all the stuff inside, all the different cars, or at least a lot of them anyway. And there are videos of the cars outside, which you've probably already seen. I think they've already come through. But at the time it was raining, so I didn't go outside. Now, had I not shown up 2 hours late, I would have likely seen more of the cars are outside. Like, I know there was a MC20 there that I didn't see because I arrived late. I just didn't want to get out of bed, which I regret doing now, and I will get out of bed for the next event, which I will definitely going to. Now, the event itself was exceptionally well organised from what I could see, especially as it was the first event that this group had done. It was actually quite impressive, the scale that they'd been able to pull off, and like the amount of cars and people that had come through to see the event was insane. The rules of the event itself were reasonable as well. 5 mile an hour speed limit, perfect rule, no touching cars, is exactly what you'd expect from an event like this. And good to see them written down as well, was quite good as well, just to remind people of what the rules are. And the food is on site as well. There's a few different food vendors, and there was quite a good variety. I didn't really pay attention to that too much because I just got food from one place and ignored everything else because I'm very good at going to an event like these and reviewing things, clearly. The venue itself, it was massive, especially the outside area. There was space for loads and loads of cars. When I arrived, there wasn't too many there. There was still quite a few, though. However, a lot of them had left, but I arrived late, so it was sort of my own fault, really. But I believe there's going to 100% be more space for cars there in the future, and a lot more. And some, more supercars, more stuff like that. Where I personally think the actual indoor arena, where a lot of the high performance cars were, was quite small. Especially for the amount of cars that were there. I think in the future it's definitely going to be room for expansion. I think that'd be quite good. It'll be good to see. But it'll work for the first event, and I think it'll work for the next few as well. I mean, even with that small issue, which I wouldn't really call an issue yet, I thought the event was fantastic. With lots of sponsors as well, such as Hendy Lotus, I believe it was called, who brought with them several of the new Lotus models like the Emira. And a lot of the other sponsors were quite local to like the areas like Exeter based or Bristol based or some other areas around there, which will be fantastic for the local car communities as it'll bring business to those companies. And it will, in fact, by them paying to advertise at a sanctioned car event, if they did, I'm not really sure behind the logistics of that one, but if they did, it will help them improve the event itself in the future and help it become much bigger. And which me, in my still heavily unqualified state, believe that this event is 100% going to be massive in the future. And I cannot wait to see it as this happens. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching this review from a small YouTuber who thinks the Suzuki Swift is much faster than it is. I have left the event's website and their Instagram links in the description, so please go and check them out and support them. I hope you enjoy this video. I'd like to see you all in the next one where something will probably happen. So, like, comment and subscribe and all that other rubbish. Cheers, bye bye.